This is the Green Bay Housing Authority meeting for Wednesday, July 30th, 2025 at 9 a.m., give or take. So we have a roll call that's electronic here, so we've got that saved. Moving on to item C, approval of the agenda.
So
Is there a
moved.
motion? We have a motion, is there a second?
I'll second that.
Before we vote, are there any additions or modifications to the agenda? Nope. All right, so all in favor of the agenda as presented, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Motion carries. Item D, approval of minutes from the June 19th, 2025 meeting of the Green Bay Housing Authority. Are there any additions or corrections or modifications to that?
Move to approve those minutes.
We have a motion, is there a second?
second that.
And we have a second. All in favor of approval of the minutes from June 19, 2025, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Moving on to regular business. Item number 1, consideration with possible action on approval of a loan with Grand Boulevard Apartments LLC for the development of 0 Grand Boulevard, Green Bay, tax parcel number 243-I. We do have the option on the agenda to go into closed session. Is there a motion to go into closed session? Hearing none, we will stay in open session. So we have consideration with possible action on approval of the loan for Grand Boulevard Apartments. And we have a bunch of information in our packet regarding that proposed loan.
Yes, so, and Steve is also attempting to get in
Okay.
as well. I don't know, he thinks there was a Teams link, I don't know, or something. Anyway.
I did the same thing.
Yeah.
I thought it was a Teams also, so I've been sitting on Teams, and I went in and found the Zoom link.
Okay. So this is a project, you may or may not be familiar with the JBS project that we've got going, which is adjacent to the Kroc Center out by Imperial Lane on the Far East side. So it's a project we've been working on for a while. The streets actually are being put in right now. And the Redevelopment Authority went out for RFP to do our first housing project out on that site and chose Gorman as the developer to do multifamily housing on the site. He has gone through the process, the development agreement process and the TIF process through the Redevelopment Authority for approval for this project, so that has happened already. He also received approval for home funding through the RDA for this project as well, but unfortunately, the home funding comes along with some requirements that HUD requires Build America. Buy America, Build America, which is a new requirement, which is a great concept, but unfortunately, with how it's working now, increases the cost of the project. So it's not making that funding source a good source to use on this project. So as a result of that, the developer will not be able to use those home funds, and so they're looking to help fill that gap that is still there as a result of that. So these units are 95 workforce housing units. They're going to be in the 80 to 120% of median income, so it's kind of that, not the super low income, more of the middle workforce level housing. They'll be open to the public, of course, but they're also going to be, the developer will be partnering with JBS to help provide housing for people that work at the plant there, which is in close proximity to the site. So behind you is the design, which you can see, and the site that we're looking at. So there'll be 3 buildings that will be part of this development that equals the 95 units. And then this is the Walmart area. This is the Kroc Center. Imperial Lane's up here. So this is that big old hunk of green space that we've been working on for a long time. And then this is the design of one of the buildings. So. The developer is asking for a loan of $350,000, which will be 3% interest for 5 years, and then he plans to refinance this project and pay us off, including the interest in 5 years. So actually, Stephanie and I were talking about this, is we prefer this type of a deal than like a 30-year
Oh, yeah.
or a longer term. I mean, this actually works better for us and works better for the developer. The funding source that we have for it, we have, I think I added on the report, we've got about $1.3 million in the total of funding on the unrestricted revenue bond account. And we've got $500,000 obligated for Mason Manor to finish that project up that we're holding, which gives us some money to use for these types of projects. So his request is.
So Cheryl, just real quick, it's breaking in and out with your volume. So
Okay.
we hear you really, really well at times, and at other times I can't hear you at all.
Okay. What did you miss?
The very end of your sentences about how much money we have.
So we have, currently in our revenue bond funding account, we have 1.3 million, and we're holding back 500,000 for our own project at Mason Manor until that's completed, which leaves us about 800,000 in that pool of money, and the developer has asked for 350,000, which we're willing to offer him that amount at 3% for 5 years. And then he plans to refinance that and pay that as one payment to us after 5 years, the 350 plus the accrued interest. So the developer is here, kind of on the screen somewhere. If you have any questions for Ted, I would recommend opening the floor to let him speak.
Okay. I'll make that motion to open the floor. Is there a second? We have a second. The floor is open. Go ahead, Ted, the floor is yours.
Wonderful. Hey, thank you so much, everyone, for recording the special meeting, Cheryl, and board members. Really appreciate the opportunity to talk to you and talk about this project, which, as I've been saying from the get-go, is a groundbreaking, pioneering project that I'm telling you only Green Bay is doing. And that formula, which is missing in Wisconsin, is a market rate project that is hitting the missing middle, which is 80% to 120% county median income. People who are struggling the most in America are people who are outside of the low-income housing tax credit program in terms of affordability and finding affordable housing. This actually does that. Our rents are tagged at about 78% of the county median rents. And we will be targeting the workers that surround us in this neighborhood with 1, 2, and 3 bedroom units. And this type of loan that we're asking for is, as Cheryl indicated, we had a home funds. Home funds now are very hard to do. They've got what's called BABA, which is Buy America Back. And we tried to get around the Buy America Back thing by using one building for all the home funds. And literally an attorney came back and they said, you can do that, but if you ever get out of it, you're gonna lose. You know, okay, well, I don't wanna do that. So it's hard money, and it also restricts our incomes to 4 of the units had to be 60% of the county median income, which hurt our mortgage. So the home funds that were offered from Green Bay, which are quite generous, actually were costing us more money to take them than to take them. And so I plead with Cheryl of any other type of alternative. We came up with this real market rate product, which is a loan that gets paid you guys back in 5 years, so you have the cash in your account with the accrued interest as we refinance in the 5 years. The bank who has really stepped up for this project and believes in this type of housing is Associated Bank from Green Bay. They are doing the conventional and they're doing a mezz debt loan, which they have never done before. And so this is a big deal for them. And hopefully we can stamp this out as a pioneering project throughout cities in Wisconsin, because this is extremely important in terms of filling that need of demographic. So I really appreciate it.
Any questions? Any questions from the board? No, hearing none?
Nope, hang on. Everybody knows what I'm gonna
Come on,
ask. So
Sandy.
is Ted. So how many units are accessible, Ted? I know we've talked about this before, but I'm just wondering.
Yeah, so we have 4, Sandy, that are accessible, 504 units, which are 100%. All of the
Okay.
ones, this is a non-elevator building.
Okay.
So all of the first floor units have type B status of adaptable.
Okay.
Now, Sandy, I would love for you guys to look at the plans.
I would
because-
love to see that, yes.
Yeah, I know you guys have certain things about showers and things that we can incorporate at a very low or no cost in construction. So I will send you those plans and we'll coordinate with that,
I
okay?
appreciate that, Ted,
Yeah.
thanks.
100%, yep.
All right, Steve,
That was
any,
it.
Steve, any questions?
Sorry.
Anybody else have any questions? No? All right, then a motion to close the floor?
So moved.
A motion, a second. All in favor of closing the floor signify by saying aye.
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 Any opposed? All right, Stephanie, it looks like we're gonna have 462,000 left in that fund. Is that enough to keep us protected in case we need to dip into that?
Yes.
Okay.
And we still have the 500 plus the 4.
Right, so we still have that
Yeah.
500 sitting around, but,
We try to keep about 500,000 in there just in case, but we are getting payments back, and I am hopeful that maybe that whole 500,000 won't be needed for the Mason Manor project,
Mhm.
because I can use money that is Mason Manor money from HUD still, that I can put into that project and hopefully offset a little bit of that to make sure
Okay.
we're closer to that 500,000.
all right. Yeah, that was just my concern that we don't want to leave ourselves too short.
Right.
Because it was I think it's a good project, but we have to think about our finances too, so. All right, anybody else have any questions?
Well, Bill, when you're talking, I'm sorry, Steve, you had a question.
No, go ahead, Sandy.
So, Bill, you're talking about leaving us short, so this is paid back in 5 years, correct?
Correct.
Yes.
Okay. So, Stephanie, do we have any big projects coming up other than Mason Manor? So we have any off-site things? Do we have anything that could use this money up before we get those 5 years in under our belts?
Not that I know of at this point. I know that at one point we had talked about recreating our units, but I don't think that we're anywhere close to that in the next 5 years.
Okay.
So,
Okay. All right, then that makes me feel a little better, thanks. I think this is a great project.
Yeah, it's awesome, and I appreciate the focus. Have we ever functioned as a bank before?
yes, this is
Yes.
actually, will be our second loan on the books. We have one with TWG for the Broadway Lofts project.
And before that, we had one with NeighborWorks.
Oh,
I was
yes.
just gonna say, we had a NeighborWorks one,
Yeah.
yep, years ago.
And I thought we had, maybe, there was another one.
There was another one.
There's a deferred one with NEW Shelter. Did we have one?
That, but I thought there was a
I
back,
think we had, I agree, Bill, I think we had 2 with NeighborWorks.
yes.
Oh,
So I just
for the
remember,
fundraising one for their building, and then also
coming
one
in
for
a couple
NEW.
times to ask for an extension and
Yep.
things like that, so.
So, yeah, there were a couple of them with NeighborWorks in there.
None of that happened.
Yeah, you weren't on the board at that time, but yes, we have worked as a
Okay.
bank before,
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay.
So, yeah, and they all worked. We never got left short on any of them, so.
That is correct.
Okay. Any further questions?
Do you guys want an update on Mason Manor?
We'll do that, let's get this one done first.
That's good.
All right, so no further questions on this project loan? There being no further questions, I will make a motion to approve. Is there a second?
I'll second that.
And we have a second, so any further discussion? Otherwise, all in favor of this loan for this project, signify by saying aye.
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 Any opposed? Motion carries. All right. Let's see. It's not on the agenda, but we're into informational, so maybe we can open the floor again and have an update on Mason Manor.
So moved.
Have a motion, I'll second, got a second. All in favor of opening the floor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Motion carries. Go ahead.
Yeah, so, because you've got, $500,000 associated with Mason Manor, I wanted to give you an update. And Cheryl knows all this, but I guess you'll hear it from the horse's mouth here. Well, that project has been long going. A lot of moving parts with residents, going to temporary units, coming back to their permanent units, and we see the light at the end of the tunnel. We're supposed to be done with everything by 8/31. We have Lease up primarily done, you know, we're still a little bit working on it, but we think, you know, at least by 9:30, we'll have everybody in place, with all the units leased, and, the whole thing will be completed. Cheryl and I are still working on a little bit of a tweak on art, so I'm doing some things in the stairwells, that I'm working on, and she's gonna, reserve some cash later on to do some special projects within the building. But
We've got
it
that
looks-
meeting set up, Ted, by the way, we're meeting next week.
Yep.
We're looking at next week, we're meeting with an artist to talk about those murals in the open
Fantastic.
spaces.
And, so anyway, I gotta say, the partnership with the Green Bay Housing Authority and their staff was just fantastic. Unbelievable, work ethic over there in terms of, commitment to the residents, commitment to the housing, commitment to the project, is second to none. Literally, it's been, you know, obviously we've had our ups and downs in terms of, many angles, but it's a big, big project. I think it was a $58 million project
Oh,
to
wow.
get that project, into the next century. And, yeah, I'm just telling you, you guys are gonna go through that, and you're gonna be very proud of what your staff has created and, what the housing will look like, in the future, you know, which is today.
So
So,
kudos staff, yeah, good job.
yeah, and seriously, the staff was just fantastic. I mean, they took the reins, and we did a lot of compliance and supervision, all that, because it's a new program for GBHA. It's a section 42, you know, tax credit, which we kind of described to you guys before. You know, it's section 8, but it's also the tax credits. There's some more compliance layers that GBHA will have to get up to speed, and they are taking the training to do that, and they will be up to speed. But I mean, I'm just gonna tell you, you're gonna be very proud when you walk through that thing in a month or so and, see it. We'll give the GBHA, board a special tour before we kind of open it to the public, so we'll do that when we get all done. All righty?
Very good.
Any questions?
Thanks.
I can answer any questions on that too.
No. Anybody have any questions? All right. No, hearing no questions, is there a motion to close the floor?
So moved.
Motion and second to close the floor, all in favor signify by saying aye.
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 Any opposed? Motion carries, floor is closed. Thanks, Ted.
Yeah, thanks.
Thank you very much.
Thanks, Ted.
Appreciate it. Thank you, take care.
Bye. All right, moving on with other informational, GBHA bills.
Nothing fun and exciting.
That's good.
Yes. I was looking for something snarky to say, and I couldn't come up with anything. All right, then moving on to, well, let me ask, anybody have any questions about the bills? Hearing none, we'll move on to the financial report.
So there isn't much going on there either. We have just finished up, our 2024-25 year, so I'll be doing my year-end wrap-ups, and then we're gonna be back into auditing season, Jay.
I was just wondering that. Audit.
We've been auditing for 6 months now, and we're gonna go for another 6 months, hey! So, but
Audits
nothing
never
really
end.
out of
Yeah.
Audits never end.
Yep. So nothing out of the ordinary. So we did pretty good, and we have been going through the audit for the LLC, which has been
A learning experience.
A learning experience.
Okay.
We'll just put it that way. So
We won't delve into the details. All right, any questions on the financial report? Hearing none, we'll move on to the director's report. Cheryl?
Yep, so I just mentioned that this project was approved at the redevelopment authority for TIF financing to get started. And he's actually ready to get into the ground for the JPS site as well, which is good. There was also, I was out of the office last week, but there was I don't know, I don't think it was a groundbreaking, it was like a demolition
Yes.
sledgehammer
Yes.
type of, that Badger sheet metal, right, because that's about to be demolished very quickly. Working with the Team General Capital to do that fire station and affordable housing project combination, hopefully. moving
Where is that
forward.
gonna be, Cheryl?
That is down by the shipyard on South Broadway. It is.
Okay, and is that gonna have accessible units? Because we are doing gangbusters with apartments here, so it'd be great to make sure that accessible units are included.
Yes, I will be sure to bring that up. I don't think they're at that stage yet. They've got kind of the designs and the number of units, but they're not at that, we're not there yet. We haven't done the development agreement, so.
Okay.
But yes,
Right,
duly
thanks.
noted. In fact, I made sure that Ted knew today. I'm like, be prepared, because you know what we're gonna ask you. So he was ready for you, that's good.
Yes.
Thanks, Andy.
Yes, thanks, Andy. And then Habitat Homestead is finishing up their larger project on Richmond and Vine. Those are the 13 single families they're doing with the townhomes. New construction, they're finishing that, that'll be done by the end of summer, so they'll have an open house, I'm sure.
I'm sorry, Cheryl, where was that?
That is kind of in the same JBS type of neighborhood. It's Richmond and
okay.
Vine. It's off of Main Street, and it's a, yeah, that could be a song. It was a hunk of land that they got, that we actually helped them put the street in, and that they've got 13 new single-family units that they're building at one spot, so that's
Are
exciting
those for
them.
purchase or are those for rent?
Those are all for purchase. So those are
Cool.
all homeowners.
Any accessible?
I thought that they had done, I thought one of the townhomes was. Because there are 2 attached townhomes along with the
Right.
single families, so, yeah, you should get on their board, Sandy.
I just need to make sure that when it is built, there are some
Right.
accessible units.
That's right,
That would
that's right.
really create less of a wait list for all of our subsidized units.
Right.
So,
And then we've been successful in working with some developers who are doing just straight new single-family home builds. There's one on Deutschert, which is kind of in the northeast side area. They're doing 41 single-family units called Pines, smaller houses, but more in the market rate. And then the Plan Commission just approved a project that will head to council on Tuesday for Apple Tree to do a number of, I don't think I've gotten it on here, but single-family homes out adjacent to Nicolay Drive. So they'll be.
this is so exciting, all of this building, I love it.
Yeah, it's great, it's great. So there's a lot of housing stuff which is happening, which is good, and we just continue to plug on. Do you have any updates, Jamie, that we didn't cover with Mason Manor or Scattered Sites? Or?
Scattered Sites is doing very well. We did have a lot of move-outs last month, just families moving out of the area or state, so nothing that we terminated or evicted tenants for. And then for Mason Manor,
We did parking lot.
the parking
Right.
lot is done. Casey and I were like playing with the parking lot before we came over, so I still have my stuff here. For Mason Manor, we are leasing up 7th floor this week, so that's 11 units. In 2 weeks, we are leasing up 8th floor, so that's our final 11 units that Gorman is handing over to us. And then we do have a few vacancies here and there, of people just moving out throughout this whole process, so we are working on leasing those up, but come like 2 weeks, we will be occupied. Which is bonkers to say, so we have roughly 55 to 65 new tenants within the building after attrition. And then the new quadrant is all new units, or new tenants, so.
Furniture was delivered.
Furniture was delivered.
Looks so nice.
It's gorgeous.
It looks gorgeous.
Gorgeous. ST.
Our gym equipment got came in.
Yep.
Oh, great.
Brand new. They're
Yes.
already using it.
So some floors have the new community, or the new common area furniture, some are getting finished up, so it's in storage right now, but everything's delivered and
Exciting.
very
I
exciting.
know we plan to have, we'll get the board
Yes.
in prior to that, but we want to have a big public open house event for this, which would be nice to showcase the improvements.
Okay,
So that's my report.
all right, very good, thank you.
The loss. I thought I read something about subcontractors not being paid or something and everything, is that?
We're checking into that, it's like the city. Our law department's looking at that, to do the backgrounds. We didn't get any official notifications with regards to that, but
Okay.
we heard the same thing, so.
For which one?
The Broadway loss downtown,
Oh,
on Broadway.
They seem to never be out of misery, that place.
Yeah. Doesn't want to go away.
Yeah.
Well, and we have a loan with the Broadway loss.
Yeah.
That's what I wondered, if
That's
that
why,
affect-
you know, I know Stephanie's been working with them, so we have an interest in that, so we're following up.
Is there an issue at the Broadway Lofts?
Well, there's been, I think, I've been reading that subcontractors, and I think there's been some news stories that subcontractors.
Oh, that
have been
one,
paid.
yes, there have been, that's on Broadway Law.
Yep.
Okay,
So,
got it. Yep.
but we have, the GBHA has a loan with them that they need to make payments on, so. We
And has that
definitely-
development, the company ever built in this area before? Because I've just never seen stories where vendors aren't
This was
getting
the first
paid.
one, I believe, in this area.
I'm not sure. I thought they
Okay,
did this
I was just
on
wondering.
Firehouse Flats. Is that not them? I don't know.
Um,
They could be, I don't think they've had a lot in the area. but-
Okay.
All right. Any further questions on the director's report? Hearing none, we'll move on to occupancy report. It's already been given. All right, next meeting date, August 21.
Is that true?
I don't know, maybe. We haven't gotten a call back on the bonding
Yeah.
Yeah.
to see like the next steps for the bonding
Yep.
on the Monroe Plaza one. So, I don't like to call the meeting if we don't have any.
Right, oh, yeah.
Give me your-
Yeah, and I,
Let Steve be on vacation and is.
I'm not- I'm not shocked on that, because two other communities that I work with are doing bonding projects, and it has been awfully slow. I mean, even the developers are like saying, what's going on here? Why aren't we getting this done? And I don't know if the bonding people are waiting for some changes in the market,
Oh,
or,
okay.
all the chaos that's going on everywhere. Maybe they're just sitting back waiting to see what's gonna happen, because things go up and go down like in a day.
Right.
So.
And usually it's like a process, like this
Yes.
happens and then the next meeting and that
Yes.
hasn't been happening.
Yeah, that's all sort of tracked through on
Right.
you get a schedule, that, we're gonna do this on this week and
Right.
this week, and both of those projects, we didn't get that sort of
Mhm.
timeline scheduled. And one of the reasons explanations we got was that the bond market is
So volatile,
a
they're
little
looking
volatile
at-
now, and they're just kind of waiting to see what happens, so that doesn't surprise me. All right,
The
so,
email I got from Katie says she doesn't have anything for this, they don't think August will be either, so.
Okay.
all right, so maybe August 21st,
We'll let you know.
all right? Anything
And that's only
further?
if there's a bonding that could happen, correct?
Yeah, and or if something else were to pop up
Okay.
between now and then.
All right, then we are ripe for adjournment.
Motion to adjourn.
We have a motion and a second to adjourn. All in favor of adjournment signify by saying aye.
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 Very good, we are adjourned. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you.
everyone.
Bye, all. Have a good weekend.
Weekend?
Near about, it's like,
It's only Wednesday.
Okay.
Wednesday.
Thank you.
Here's the, yeah. We're flying out to Great.
Vacation.
Yeah, we're gonna go visit my aunt
Recording stopped.
in Virginia, so I fly out.
Oh, that's
Nice
nice.
and hot out there.